Hello, Ski. So we're going to be going over the trades that I took today. Got trampled, which is okay. As we'll go over the trades, you'll see that each trade was a good trade. If we look at my journal on the TRADECRAFT, all of them are green star trades. They're all 3-star trades. And there's not a single trade in this bunch that we're going to talk about where I think that I messed up. The only thing that I did wrong today was I didn't go into the market and ask myself what is the narrative as far as what can I take off the table in terms of P&L and what should I be risking on each trade. So we'll just go ahead and get right into it with this first trade, which is a break even. Alright, so here's our first trade here. As you can see, I'm long at this 26, along with quite a bit of demand here in the 25. And objectively, this trade looks really nice. One, because we're bouncing off this daily EMA, which I haven't talked about yet, but eventually I'll make a video about it. But we also have this supply here that is working on being trapped in this area. We've got this 144, this 57, and we also had this 53 working as some demand in our favor. How I mentioned that, I didn't properly analyze what I should be taking off of the table, I'm pretty sure that I could have made money on this trade. Well, actually, this is the trade where I took a break even, and I will show you why I took a break even. Okay, so right now we are in a pretty good situation where longs do look better because we're working on trapping these shorts. And we also have this open long, not huge size here, only 53, but we did have that bounce off the EMA. And then as time goes on, the expected value of the trade starts to shift. And what I mean by that is we now have an 82 print, and it's kind of hard to see, but we have an 82 imbalance here at the 325-ish. And I see that, so immediately I'm going to take this trade off and I'm flipping short. Because this area is kind of where we're seeing demand. We once saw demand and we were trying to buy up from here, but is working on flipping into supply because we're seeing that by evident sellers here at the 325. So immediately I'm trying to flip my position short, which is a good call here, and I'm taking a small loser and doing the right thing and getting on the right side of the market. So I do take that trade off and I'm immediately flipping short. So I'm filled here, and it's not looking perfect right now, but we do have this zone. This red box is representing current supply, and here we now have a 132 print, 132 sellers comparative to only 17 buyers. So I'm seeing that and I'm like, alright, this looks good. So further on in the trade, it's kind of starting to go against us a little bit, and it looks like they're trying to trap out these shorts. But the story today is there was very high liquidity, and not a whole lot of volume. Volume was okay, but since there was so much liquidity, the volatility just wasn't there. And there was really a large lack of follow-through in the market, and that's something that I should have gauged earlier on before I started pressing buttons. But yeah, I could have made money on this trade, and we'll see. But right now, it's not looking great. It looks like we're trying to trap out some of these shorts, but we still do have open shorts in this area, so I'm sticking with it. This doesn't look great, I'll be completely honest, but we start to see some sellers re-engage the market. It's 99 offer and then only 10 on the bid side. So going up to 115, 122, lots of selling. Problem is they're not getting anywhere, but now they're starting to get somewhere. Now, something that I should have taken into consideration trading today is, like I said, the lack of volatility. So if I had gauged that, I probably should have been looking to take this trade off at the 19 where we were previously seeing some support. Because the story today is we're just ranging. It's just we're doing these micro ranges, and it's really very low follow through on the market. So I should have been taking this off at the 19. But I'm saying to myself, well, I still have a shitload of supply here at the 325, and in theory, these guys are going to defend my position because I'm positioned with these open shorts. So I'm trying to target, I believe, 14. I'm trying to go for 14 here, and we did come 2 ticks within my take profit here on NQ. This is NQ, by the way, or even what was it? Yeah, no, it was 2 ticks within my take profit. Now it's coming back to test me, and we still have continued selling here. This 51 now, this 51 imbalance. So I'm not really, I'm pretty calm at this point. Even more sustained selling, 91 by 8, and that turned into a 132. So 132 sell side imbalance. But it's not getting us anywhere. So a lot of red flags are going off, and now we're starting to see that demand come in above the supply, and it's not looking good for our position here. And we should have covered down here to mitigate our risk, and should have been a bit more aligned with what's actually going on contextually. But that's the second trade. That first trade was basically a break even, and then that flip short came in 2 ticks from hitting my TP, and now supply is outweighing, or demand is outweighing supply, and we're seeing that move up. Alright, so this next trade is also a pretty good trade. It's a good trade. And the reason why it's a good trade is because this is the exact same area that we were just talking about. And we had, if that box was still there, but this whole zone is kind of a supply and demand zone. There's a lot of sell side activity here, and now we're starting to see engagement from the buyers up here above that previous supply. So I'm kind of thinking to myself, we could have a nice break up to this 44. Once again, I'm not considering the overall market sentiment, which is very rangy and lack of follow through. So I'm trying to take too much off of this trade once again. But it looks really good. We have trapped sellers down here. We've got 132, 127, 51, 132. A lot of size trapped down here. So I have these trapped sellers protecting my position, and I also have a lot of demand protecting my position. But I am starting to see a little bit of supply. This 63, but they're still taking it out. Disappears. Coming into these trapped sellers, and this is a review, so this is live. I'm wiggling my chart around for whatever reason, but trade's starting to go in my favor a little bit. We need to sweep this supply. We have this 93 imbalance here at the 330, and we need to take that out. So we're coming into this previous supply here. And as you can see, some demand immediately steps up to the plate, which is good. You want to see that because these trapped shorts are going to be scrambling to get out of their positions because currently they're underwater and they're looking to cover their asses. So right now, immediately, what I should be saying to myself is, okay, clearly this trade isn't going. It's not going as fast as I really need it to. And what I should be telling myself is I need to get out somewhere around these 330s and just take the 3 points. Because, obviously we've got some supply here, and typically when I see supply interfere with my long, I should, be looking to at least take some off. But there is the chance that we blow out. And I know that I'm saying live that this could be a short squeeze because all of these trapped sellers and then this demand engaging up at the highs. So I'm thinking it could be a nice move up to the 43s. And we are starting to take out that supply, which is good. We're up 6 points at this point, and now we're starting to see some demand up above this previous supply, even higher up in this range, which is good. And I'm going to avoid talking about the book because I haven't made a video about it yet, but there is stuff going on in the book that is throwing some alarm bells my way, but we won't talk about that just yet. But lots of demand up at these highs. Obviously, they're just being absorbed, though, and that's kind of the issue. They're not getting anywhere. Now they are, a little bit. We did close above these 172 imbalance. So typically in a volatile market, you could even take this long, this 332, and try to target this this 45, and we're even seeing more demand up at these highs. But with lack of volatility like this, we're at the top of this like micro range or this ascending triangle, and I should be looking to take this trade off. We're up 10 points. This is a 1-to-1 risk reward. But I don't, because once again, like, all the signs point to long, but with the market conditions, there isn't follow through. So we're going to see this trade come back against me, and we're once again at this initial supply-demand zone. And we do get bought back up again, which is good, alongside some nice buy-side volume. And here I remember saying to myself, if we don't sweep out these highs on this move up, I need to get out of the position. So we're going to see what happens. Clearly, offers aren't lifting quite yet. We can't break this 37 for whatever reason. We're not seeing those green prints that we were seeing earlier. So it starts to churn back against me, and so now, did I already get out of the position? Yep, I'm looking to get out of this position. So once again, this trade, it could have made me some money, but I was, trying to bite off a little bit more than I could chew for this current market environment, and that's something that we're gonna have to learn from and keep in mind going into tomorrow. So we'll see how the rest of this trade plays out. We bang into this demand again, but we do have some supply up here at the 330s again, this 136 lot. I know it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, so we do have that. We're still supporting this demand. More demand enters the market, but we do still have the supply. We need to clear that out for these bids to become aggressive again, and we do. We clear that offer out. These guys are trapped now. We have some size coming in at the highs from the buyers, this 330, and then we finally get the move up, I believe. Even more demand. See, this could be a nice entry long if there were follow through in the market. I don't believe that I took this one, but see, didn't work. I faked me out even in the review. Yeah, we have demand coming up in the highs, and then they just sweep it right back down. This is a very difficult market environment to deal with when you're trying to play a breakout, and that's kind of what that trade idea was there. But I do remember that they did eventually sweep these highs. But yeah, banging back in, we got some demand coming in again, coming back down into it. All right, so this is tricky. They bottom tick this range, so market makers effectively are closing out these weak longs, and then they're going to push it back into the range, which is a really tricky play to deal with. At this time, I switched over to ES, so now we're going to be analyzing the ES. Alright, so here it is. I just hopped over to ES, and that's why the auction vista looks like this. So here I am. I got short up here with this supply. But I remember I was saying to myself, this could be a risky trade, but at this point, the reason I took this short is because the lack of follow-through in the market. I was thinking that even though that we've tested this supply many times, I'm thinking that it's likely going to hold again because of, at this point, I've adapted to the market environment, and I'm thinking I could pick up a couple of points off of this. I do believe news stops me out here. Yep, news. Okay, so this is that news trade that I was talking about. There's no way to know when Trump is going to tweet. Okay, there's no way to know when you're going to get blown out like this. That is clearly something that is unnatural. It's a news event. Maybe I should have Trump's Twitter in the background at all times while I'm trading, but it was a tariff announcement. And who wouldn't, who knows, like if he had never tweeted or said what he said, this trade might have worked in my favor, but there's no way to know that. And it was a significant loss, $450. I'm trading Combine on Apex, but like this doesn't affect me at all, because when you're trading trading the market comes with a lot of risk and a lot of unknowns, and these events, they happen, and if you beat yourself up over something like this that you really have no control over, then you need to figure your shit out, because there's nothing that you can do about this. This is gonna happen. So yeah, let's watch me just get absolutely rolled over here. We'll go back. Okay, here. So yeah, it's just immediately gonna stop me out, and just go completely against me, and which is fine. I was cool, calm, and collected, but there's no way to prepare for something like that. It's just something that you got to deal with in these markets, and that's why we run stop losses. Everybody, you got to run a stop loss, because if I wasn't running a stop loss, I don't think that we ever saw this price again. My entry price at all throughout the rest of the session. So yeah, run a stop loss. Okay, so here after this news, we have some nice upward momentum, and I'm trying to be a part of this momentum. We've got some trapped shorts here, and we have some open longs, decent size, and I'm trying to get a quick momentum play back up to this 808. So my plan is to get long in this 806, 805.75, and take it off around this 808 for a couple of points. And we're going to see, once again, I get stopped out by news. Which, once again, didn't piss me off, because that's just, that's the nature of the beast, you guys. That's, it is what it is. And we're going to see, there is absolutely no indicators. I don't know if we see bids pull on the book, but that's neither here nor there. We're gonna see how fast. Okay, there it was. We're gonna see how fast it sweeps immediately against me and stops me out right there. So that is news. Something, once again, that I just, you can't beat yourself up over that, because it was a good trade, and what you do is you just move on to the next trade. That's the only thing that you can do, is just move on to the next trade. Here I'm looking at the profile, but as you can see, we get that news sweep down, and where do we go back to? We go right back to where we were having current demand, and we begin to re-support the move. So it just stopped me out, stopped a bunch of people out, and just re-supported the move. So, alright, so this trade, I was a little bit aggressive here, but with how constricted the market was today, I think that really the best approach that you could have had was just kind of scalping ticks. And so at this point, I started scalping ticks. And I'm long 925 here with this demand and then these trapped sellers. I'm looking to take it off up at this supply here. And we're looking to get filled for a point. And then, yeah, that's that trade. Just a really simple trade, you know. Get long supply, take it off, or get long at demand, take it off at supply. Alright, so at this point, we'll go back and look how this forms, because this was actually really a nice setup in my opinion. Alright, so here we are. We're coming into this previous supply zone here, but this is after that news, and we're just going pretty much just trending up. And we see a lot of demand start to engage up at these highs. So I see that, and I'm thinking, alright, if we can get a nice candle close up here, then I'll take this this shake back entry. We'll get long with this 1450 here, this 785 contracts long, and this 138 contracts long as well. Alrighty. So we did get that. We even had 621 open longs up at the highs. So I took the 1450 short, and we'll see when I get filled. Not filled yet. Here I'm about to get filled. Alright, so I'm filled here, and I'm just looking to take this off at the 18 quarter, I believe, or this, what is that, 16 quarter. And once again, it's just immediately going to stop me out for reasons that, you know, I don't know. All it takes is one aggressive seller to negate the positive outcome of your edge, and clearly there was, for whatever reason, it was offers thickening on the book, or just more aggressive selling that was able to eat through all of these buy orders. Whatever it was, it is what it is. And you know, now we can start to see sellers re-engage where this demand currently was, and you know, now these buyers are going to be trapped, and we're going to get a move potentially away from that area, and that's kind of what we get. Until now, we can assume that we're setting up a range in this 612 to 614 area, and you know, that's about it. Long story short, like key takeaways is I should probably be scalping the obvious ranges on a day like this. Like today, you know, I could have scalped 14. I actually called in the live stream that, you know, you can scalp 14 and take it off at 12 quarter, and just, you know, get short with these trapped longs and then these open shorts, and take it off at that supply. And you know, you could have been doing that all day. There was plenty of opportunity. I just played it a little. I just took the trades that were there, and two of them were stop outs from news, which was the majority of my P&L was stop outs from news. And you know, the other trades, they just happened to flip tails. And what I mean by that is, say you have a coin that is weighted 70% heads and only 30% tails. Over a series of coin flips, let's say 100, maybe 5 times in a row throughout that sequence of coin flips, even though it's a 70% it'll land on heads and only a 30% it'll land on tails, throughout those series of coin flips, eventually throughout that sequence, you're going to get 4, 5, maybe even 6 times in a row where it flips tails, even though it's 30% chance that it does. And that's kind of what we saw today, and that's also what we saw Friday, where, you know, the trades are just, you know, they're flipping the wrong way. And that's just, you know, that you have expenses as a trader, and losses are expenses. So that's about it. See ya.